It's just shit on.
And man, you know, I had to break out the fake jewelry, man. Timu's finest.
Timu.
For this one, man, for this episode right here, man, so, man, go ahead and break out this jewelry.
The thoughts, responses, comments, takes, and responses are done by professionals. We do not recommend that you try this in your personal space without the proper troll training, media training, journalism, you feel me, and create content creativity.
Facts.
You dig? This is not for y'all to do at home. Do not take anything we do serious unless we are serious, and this is for information and educational purposes only.
Facts.
Hope you enjoy the show. I'm gonna use that every time.
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? Now they told me about the algorithm, so I'm paying attention to it. Pay attention to it. Now what you say about the jewelry?
I mean, you know, for this particular episode tonight, man, I'm going ahead and breaking out, you know, my fake jewelry, man.
Oh.
Yeah, none of this is real, okay? None of this is real. Just in case some of y'all look at it and be like, is that real? No. These are.
Hey, why you trying to make it? Why you trying to make it be known?
Because
you owe somebody out there. They like, and he like, look, bro. I owe you some bread. This right here, it ain't real.
This Jesus piece right here from the flea market. Okay.
Which one?
I was just playing, man.
Okay. Hey, they might want to know. The GP straight
off Eisenhower.
Yeah.
They sell them off Eisenhower. I mean, they sell everything off the flea market. They do, man. Facts. They sell everything.
Big facts.
You know what I'm saying? But I also, man, this also I want to break this out. You know what I mean? You know, the Indiana Pacers, we there tonight. This is an important game. You know, so I had to break. You might have seen this on a previous podcast with me with this song. Yeah, this is what I'm doing right now because the block is hot.
Okay.
And yeah, we need this tonight. So
Indiana got that fever, huh?
Yeah, the fever for the flavor of some Pacers. You understand?
All right.
You know what I mean? So that's we doing that tonight, man. I'm on one. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to my uncle, man. My Uncle Milton. One of the funniest, man, dudes, man. Funny, hilarious out of St. Louis, out of East St. Louis, man. So,
hey, y'all Pacers been getting lucky.
Huh.
Y'all Pacers been getting lucky. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all ain't supposed to be beating the Knicks.
Yeah.
But y'all handing it to them. Y'all up 2-1 or 3-0?
So it's 2-1.
Okay.
And you know, you're not the first person to say it's luck.
Okay.
I will say, is it luck or is it just the way championship teams move?
Okay, talk your ish.
Because, you know,
talk your ish.
They really, like us, man, they really want the Knicks to be in the finals. But the thing is, the Pacers have been, even last year,
yeah,
they've been beating the brakes off the Knicks. My thing is that
in the regular season,
this particular series, if now both teams are healthy, which they weren't last year, so but the Pacers still won. But the thing is, man, the Knicks, that first game, that was their real opportunity because see, like, what we got to understand. The Knicks only play like 7-8 deep maybe. Yeah, and so you're playing a game right now in this particular series every other day. And I think that is going to catch up to the Knicks. All these people are saying, hey, you know, blase scoop, Halliburton, blase scoop. But at the end of the day, they don't want the Pacers there. But that's because, man, the Pacers got 10 players that can at least get 10 points. That's 100 points right there.
Okay, I call cap. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, especially ones in the chat, I call cap.
Let's go.
The Indiana Pacers have had a fantastic season. Miles Turner's playing great.
Yeah, you from Texas too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I gave Miles Turner the first congrats. I know we on here. Miles Turner's been playing great. Of course, Pascal Siakam has been holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Since he left Toronto, he's been holding it down. And Tyrese Halliburton
Yep.
has been the model for inconsistency the entire season. He got most overrated player of the year award voted by the players. But Tyrese, I don't have anything personal against you. You could change all of this. You got the fadeaway at the buzzer that bounced off, went in, so y'all could, you know what I'm saying, beat them at home in the first game in overtime. I get it. This is your time to shine. But you see, there's something or somebody that has been the NBA's most clutch basketball player all season. His name is Jalen Big Bags Brunson. And he loves to show up in the fourth and overtime. He's been averaging 30. You know who needs to show up for the Knicks?
Who's that?
Feminine Towns.
Meow.
Meow. Cat meow.
Meow Towns.
Him and the quarterback Caleb Williams for the Chicago Bears. They would be a great couple. Sassy of the Year award goes to these two individuals. I think the Pacers have been playing amazing. I think if their core continues to produce, they may have a chance. But I'm predicting a 7-game series. And in Game 7, the New York Knicks win at home. Because at the end of the day, this is a business.
It is. I will say everything you're saying has some partial reality. You know, I will say that when Halliburton hit that three, they did turn the magnet up because I believe they got magnets inside the basketballs. That's we can talk about that later.
Press that button.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They either turn the magnet up or down. But I will say, for the Pacers, I can't lie.
Okay.
Ain't no ties. Pacers in 5.
Oh.
In my Shannon Sharp voice.
Pacers in 5.
Yeah.
So that means they're going to win tonight. And they're going to go win in New York in Game 6. I mean, Game 5.
Yup.
Okay. All right. Well, you heard it here from him. Comedian Jay Scott, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know what the he's talking about, but Prize Picks, the #1 sports gambling app out there.
Let's go.
Where you can triple your money, quadruple your money, and 25 times your money.
Let's do it.
Prize Picks, get on that thing and run up that bag. Let's get right into it, my guy.
Yeah, first of all, man, smash the like button, hands and feet. There's no teleprompter, man. We are always in the building. Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
The channel building,
Yeah.
you know, and we really out here. We really are the #1 podcast out in San Antonio.
Numero uno in San Antonio.
How about that? Let's go.
All right, man. Let's keep it 1,000.
Let's do it, man.
We were supposed to have a couple guests here tonight. Although I got mad love for them, mad respect for both individuals. I understand how hard it is to get up here and speak on what we're speaking on and articulate and be brave. We understand that.
Right.
So we'll do it for you. There's a wrestling federation here in San Antonio that is black owned. Individual's name is Ken Jackson. He had an event. I'll play the clip for you. He had an event. You'll see it over there on the screen. The wrestler gets called something while he's wrestling, right? And this wrestler is a heel. If you don't know what a heel is, the villain. The one there to antagonize people in the crowd and beyond.
Right.
He takes it upon himself to respond with dialogue to one of the fans. The fan is up. He's talking trash to him. The wrestler throws the other wrestler out of the ring. So you have a black wrestler.
Yeah.
Arguing with a Hispanic brother. All right. So he gets out of the ring. He gets out of the ring. And he punches the individual. Now, words were said before the punch. Called him a snite pegro. You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, I don't. I don't. What it was?
Effing.
Oh, okay. I got
You
you.
know what I'm saying? The color black. in
Negrito.
Spanish.
Negrito? Is that what they say?
Yeah. Jegro. That rhymes with Jegro. So he definitely called him that. You hear it on there.
Oh, man.
But we're adults.
Yeah.
Does that give somebody merit to get out and physically schmalt somebody? Or physically hit somebody?
Right. Hell no. That's like when you first mentioned it to me, that's why I was like, is it something that they kind of set up, man? Because I know in wrestling, it's entertainment. So
Yeah.
I'm like, when something like that happens there in that moment, I'm pretty sure people probably think it's part of the show.
So you think it was a setup that he got out the ring and hit a fan?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's not the first time that has not happened, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I'm like, it's hard to tell, because in this day and age, man, it's hard to tell if people, and I'm not saying this is in this case, but people will chase the rabbit of clout.
Facts.
And if you can have narratives being pushed out there, that can really amplify what you got going on. Now, I will say what me and you kind of discussed prior to is the fact that if there's only one black wrestling company here in San Antonio, and a black wrestler schmalted a Hispanic, which is predominantly wrestling companies that are here are Hispanic or Mexican, why would you do that? And you know that the company you are wrestling for is going to take the hit. Why now if you're not already thinking about that?
Yeah.
Then it's like, then you basically were emotional. You was like caught up in some emotions, man, rather than using logic in that moment. You could have played it off. It's wrestling, man. It's wrestling. Especially if they broke bread with you, get your little money and dip,
So speaking with the owner, he directly told me that this individual is a subcontractor, pretty much. So it's like the WWE is doing Thursday nights, and you got some wrestlers from Monday Night Raw here. You're a representation of Monday Night Raw.
Okay.
Even though we're letting you fight or we're paying your owner of WWE Raw for you to be here, we subbing you out.
Right.
So, although this is our event, you're not one of our home players.
Right, I got you.
So, I believe that it's not set up, and here's why. I believe an individual who was partaking in a paid, subcontracted event made a personal decision to let his feelings get in the way. And he did something that on the outside could cost his black-owned business, right? But when you look at it from a non-schmatial, unbiased view, this is nothing more than the personal actions of somebody who does not reflect the entire wrestling federation who owns the event he was partaking in.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you not at least think that if I do anything at this event, it's not gonna fall back on the only black wrestling company in the,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you not even? Because if there's nothing saying, hey, you can interact with the crowd, blase scoop with the crowd. If there's nothing that's written that say that you can do that, then you can't do that. You can't do that.
So
right? Am I? You know what I mean?
So to push back on that, because it's either one or the other. You're right. It's either what you're saying, that this was a setup. And it could be a setup from two different ways. It could be a setup for clickbait, for views, to put more promotion and eyes on there, which I wouldn't hate on. It's media. That's how we get it done.
Yeah.
Or it could be the setup in that since they're the only black-owned business, they sent the Frank Hampton in to the Panther Party on behalf of the SMEIA so they could get rid of the black-owned business competition.
Ooh.
We could go that route, or we can go the route of somebody got emotionally triggered now and made a bad decision. Now, I'm willing to put my personal opinion to the side and put my business glasses on and say, you know what, I think it's emotionally triggered because I don't want to take y'all back down the rabbit hole that I don't think's a rabbit hole.
Sheesh.
Because if this is indeed the case, that this was a setup by promoters or a promotion company that encompasses the city of San Antonio that does not want to see Mr. Jackson and his wrestling organization win. You got a hold of somebody from another organization who would follow suit and do whatever you asked them to for a couple dollars. They got in there and they showed out and they embarrassed you during a big event so they can say, look at this guy. He's not a reflection of the city. Don't do business with him. My problem with that is Burnhouse just had a brawl.
Oh, I seen that.
Are y'all telling me y'all ready to close the lights out on Burnhouse?
I seen that shit.
Shout out Jesse Tavides. I got mad love for Jesse. Done business with Jesse in the past. How many shootouts and beatdowns have we had at Bentley's? Y'all ain't say nothing about that? Again, the owners encompass what happens in the city, but as soon as a black-owned business has one little issue, y'all ready to close the curtain. Be consistent. Just like in music, you're doing it again now in wrestling.
Hey, and that brawl, that's we I don't know we that's small. We'll call it a sprawl.
Yeah.
Sprawl. That sprawl was. Hey, when I seen that, it was. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. That kind of looked like a setup. Cause the I mean, look. How do you start off with the camera right there,
right there
and you don't see nothing? You don't see nothing yet.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the video I saw, they waiting on it.
Wait, the wrestling event or the Burnhouse?
The Burnhouse, right?
Nah, the Burnhouse don't look like no, bro. People night.
So
them boys was night them on the side.
And that was the one with the gate and the one that.
Yeah, bro. I know the only black bodyguard there with the dreads. I know that guy. I know that guy. That was not a setup.
Well, the reason why I say that is because, you know what I'm saying, it like they had people. So whoever filmed it, it must have happened so.
It was all happening at the same time.
But they were like waiting on it. It was crazy because I'm like, they waiting on it, and all of a sudden you seen.
Okay, so
you seen it come out, and that's the thing that had me like.
There was something that happened, and I'm not. You know, I know the facts, but I can't. You know.
Oh yeah.
So there was something that happened inside. They were pushing them outward. So the people that ran out at the beginning, who didn't go out the gate, they were on the side and shit. They knew what was finna happen. They knew something was going, so they pulled their phone out, him and his girl. That's why he told them, hey, back up. You tell his girl, back out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and I can't lie. I'm going to be very...
Well, they was knocking them boys out.
I'm going to be very transparent, though.
What's up?
I can't tell if some of the people that got put out there, who was a female and who wasn't.
You said they all built like refrigerators?
Hey, hey, and this is respectfully.
Nah, disrespect. We've been disrespectful.
The one that had the blue, it was the blue because they came and shoved.
I know what you're talking about.
The blue, man, that was Miss Pat for real, man. If you ever remember that from Saturday Night Live, man, that was. I mean, they was built like a bad built farmer bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. I'm like, is that a female or a man? Because I mean, they pretty much
built like a bag of
but
just pushing out.
I mean, they pushed that one chick's whole snot box back. She threw her out, and then all of a sudden I'm like, man, is these all females? Is this all dudes? What's going on?
Nah, it was quite a bit of dudes where they got knocked out. It definitely looked like a bunch of females.
Yeah, but go back to what we saying though, man. Like these type of things, they happen down here, and you know, that's not on the news outlets.
Facts.
That's on Facebook outlets.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't see none of that making
You don't
the
see
news.
none of that. But, you know, if it was a Fred Hampton situation with the wrestling thing, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, man, now, if this is the case, man, let this be a lesson to the owners of the only black company.
Facts.
Y'all got to understand in 2025, They want to do everything they can to exclude you out of these spaces. Even if, because it's, especially like here in San Antonio, you know, we got to move smarter.
Come on.
It has to be smarter. You have to have the mind frame, because if you're subcontracting, you got to make sure you put in the language.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where the responsibility does not
liability.
Yeah, man. You know, because I could say, okay, well, where the people in the crowd already kind of saying something where because that could be the only thing I could think of if I was a wrestler. If I'm in the moment, I get outside in the crowd, somebody say something. I mean, had they already been saying something? If they had already been saying something in that moment, you right there face to face, that could have been a trigger.
So
that's the only thing I can think of.
I do my research. The individual who got hit, you're a youth football coach. There were youth football kids there.
Oh, shit.
Eventually, see, this is a problem with y'all.
Oh, God.
If this is indeed the case.
Not the youth football coach.
Youth football coach, he had youth football players there.
Oh, no.
I'm the king of San Antonio video. Eventually, I've been a part of big time brawls at youth football games. Big time. Big time brawls at basketball games, but big time brawls at football games.
Wow.
Big time. You're gonna tell me that you got hit and you didn't do ish? You're gonna tell me that? Because on camera you got hit and you didn't even think about trying.
Not the youth football coach.
Y'all be ready to rear off on each other on the football field over being upset about not getting a flag or getting a flag when you made a touchdown. Y'all be ready to turn up over the score of a youth football game, but you ain't want to swing back when someone hit you in your face in front of your woman and the kids.
That's nasty work.
Something does smell fishy.
That smells extra fishy, like some goddamn tartar sauce.
The mayor of San Antonio is gonna find out.
You talking about you?
And once I find out, I am in media. Now, I'm not on the streets anymore. I'm not knocking niggas out in high school anymore. I'm none of that. I'm an honorable citizen who takes care of his children and podcasts and films.
There you go.
You feel me? So when the mayor does find out what you have done, we snitching.
Oh, yeah.
It's the year to snitch.
Talking to the wire, baby.
Come on, man. Like, hey, cut it out. Ain't none of y'all living by the street code no more. Y'all talk all that shit. As soon as somebody shoot you or pop you, what you doing? When the red and blue come, you telling.
Oh, yeah.
You telling.
Yeah, with a 2-piece and some Newports.
You telling.
Yeah. You right there.
Black coffee, no sugar.
Yeah, like, hey, man, it was Andre in there.
Come on, bro.
They dropped me off, but they kept going, and then they told me where to,
Yeah, and I used to know his mama. His mama still there. Cut it out.
She off for 2998.
I just saw on Facebook earlier, this dude posted this one dude getting knocked out by a security guard. I went right in the comments and I said, hey, yo, everybody making fun of him and stuff. And I was like, that's assault, bro.
Yeah.
We going to get, I was like, bro finna come up off of that lawyer bag.
Yeah.
This is money season. All that street code stuff, ain't none of y'all finna do life for nobody else just because you want to be down.
No.
Ain't none of y'all finna go share a cell for 30 years. Everybody telling.
Yeah, and you know what made this really just acceptable, or the Tekashi 6ix9ine, these people who have made it okay enough
Frank
for people
Lucas.
to start we can go to Frank Lucas's. They've made it acceptable for
John
people
Gotti.
to be just talking, man. I mean, that's why it lets you know, man, there's never been a code when it comes to the snitching. I think snitching is one of the biggest misnomer, goofy things, because if I am a civilian and I see you do something, as a civilian and someone that is from the soil, I feel like I need to protect my people, my land, my sanctity. And if I need to call the laws on you, I will do that. Now, if I am a street guy, and these are supposed to be the street rules, You gotta live by them rules. But because it's so easy to just be these Tekashis, man, you could be a Tekashi, man, and get clout off the internet. The YS Woodies and YSL Woodies, you know what I'm saying? Which, I get YSL Woody, though. You was the pew and, you felt some kind of way. I get all that. Yeah. But the whole thing about just being able to just self-snitch on yourself, it's crazy work.
So my biggest thing is they tricked y'all. We going hot tonight.
Let's talk about it.
This snitching shit, stuff, cause we really trying to just, be better with the algorithm. We trying, man. It's tough. It's tough. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I've been on a ship, sailing most of my life. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, they put it in the black community to get all y'all to go behind bars. If you ain't snitching and you gonna take the time, they don't even gotta do the work. They don't even gotta do the work. You said you ain't gonna say nothing, you gonna take some time. They don't gotta do paperwork. They don't gotta investigate. You going down. And that code put a lot of y'all behind bars. Hey, if you get caught, you feel me? Yeah. If you get caught, that's on you, bro. Mm-hmm. That's on you.
That's on you.
But if we doing something and they scoop me up because they want to get to you, if they don't got me down the rights, and then I feel you.
Yeah.
But if I gotta do time for you,
that ain't happening, man.
Fam, I'm gonna be like, why ain't you, come on, bro. How you get caught?
And on top of that, they probably gonna tell on you first.
So what are we talking about, bro? Like, cut it out, bro. Cut it out, bro. Like,
they gonna tell on you first.
Hey, snitches up, bro. Hey, look, if you smoked me at the club like he did old buddy, and he went to sleep, hit his head on the back of a rock. Hey, look, bro, check this out.
Hey, man.
Soon as he come to, I know who did it. I know why he did it. I know when he did it. I know the last thing I saw when he did it. Get up that bag. Y'all, hey, look. There's consequences. All you got, especially you high school and stuff. Y'all want to sag your pants. You want to be hood. You want to be gangster. All that other stuff. Hey, look, check this out, bro. Being gangster is being around your kids. Being gangster is being able to provide, be active, be free. That's gangster.
Facts.
Doing something for a quick moment of fame that's going to cost you your freedom, that's not gangster.
No, that is borrowed time. You're on borrowed time. They ain't going to last forever. And trust me, my Neezy, they watch you.
Everything.
They watch everything you do. And from when you pull up to the gas stations and they got the camera there, to the phone on your camera, everything, they know. They know your social media. They know your real name. They just building your case. Or they letting you crash out and self-destroy yourself, man.
Here we go. I remember the times where we all respected the confines of marriage, what it meant to be married. You know what I'm saying? Understood that people go through things in marriages, right?
Facts.
We gotta ask for consistency. We gotta ask for consistency from you women.
Talk about it.
Y'all told us Stephon Diggs is now with Nicki Minaj. Get over it. Offset need to quit crying. Why we can't be proud that she's happy now? He did her wrong. Whoop-de-doo. I'm down with that. But you also said Tracy Ellis Ross. Let's respect her and her wanting to be with younger people. They ain't say, oh, you with teenagers, but younger people. We said, okay, here y'all go again. We'll eat that. We'll take that. Pause.
No Diddy.
No diddler. We'll get to him in a minute. But now y'all have the audacity to say Papoose shouldn't be with Clarissa because she's 30, 31. She has so much life to live. She's a champion. What she want with old washed up dude? You really think he was being faithful to her?
Crazy.
That's why men don't take women seriously.
Facts.
That's why we don't listen to you birds. Because you chirp and you drop feathers everywhere you go.
Chirp.
And you leave residue. Residue of inconsistency. How the heck can you tell us to listen to you, hear your plight, when all you give us is bullish? You told us respect the fact that Cardi has moved on. She's with Stephon now. He turned up. All the men said, you know what? We can't defend you, Offset. You say anything about Stephon and she leveled up and she happy, you look like a bum. But then y'all are okay with Remy, who cheated on Pat multiple times. Got a younger dude. He went to therapy. The thing y'all scream out, therapy, therapy, therapy. He went to therapy.
Big T, right? The T word.
He just stepped out. And since he with the world champion, since he with the GOAT, since he with somebody that's younger, not bitter, but juicy, moist, and gushing, prime, in his time. And he boxing with her, vibing with her, loving her out loud, and you upset and jealous because you ain't even trending. You only trending when she mention your name. Nobody else mentioning your name. And how dare you sit up there and tell Papoose that he the brokest person you ever been with. Everybody knows everybody loves a winner. We all play Madden. We know about alphabetical slaughter. We know about the $2 million TuneCore thing. Who are you talking to? You are now the poster child for all bitter women. And any of you birds flapping around with her narrative, fly south. Because the winter coming up and it's cold out here.
Bars. Hey man, you know, it's messy. All I got to say is that Papoose is supposed to be the #1 black man in a relationship champ ever.
Come on.
He is supposed to be the poster child of Mr. Hold You Down, Mr. Be With You. You know, I think at the end of the day, a lot of women are just they fantasize and romanticize, and a lot of this has to do with this Disney shit, okay? Because most of you women are wrapped up in knight in shiny armor, glass slipper kind of mentality, and the fact that it should be 100% women going Papoose way and 100% women holding Remy Ma accountable.
Come on.
Now, I will say this.
Talk to him.
From what I heard, what Papoose was saying on the other night when I seen some of the videos he put up, it's one thing when you married, you cannot let out the messy side or what can be perceived as something that other people have not really gone through.
Yeah.
And so it makes it sound just kind of weird. Like it
does look weak, both of them mudslinging. It looks weird.
It do. I mean, especially when which I was saying earlier, he was like, you know, she left with old buddy at his apartment. She didn't where he stayed. She got an apartment near the city where he stayed. She left one night from their house, go with old buddy, come back the next morning, and they in bed with their daughter, and they just being a family or something, man. And then she leaves and goes be with old buddy. So my thing is, how much did Papoose, bro? How much was he? You going you enduring so much, and you should have just been gone, brother. You should have been gone. You know, somebody was like, "Hey, what if what's her name, the champ, heavyweight champ?
Clear Shields.
If she was the box Remy, who would win?" Well, we already know. We know who gonna win because Remy ain't throwing no hand.
Right.
Remy is the pew pew pow pow.
And that's another thing. She glorified pew-pewing somebody, her friend, for $1,000, by the way.
You know?
And now her son is behind bars for some of the same behavior. But you on the net talking about how great of a parent you are. Why are we not talking about that? Is your son not behind bars on the same behavior that you displayed?
Right.
Because you glorified it, because you were proud of it, but your you're denigrating your 20-year husband who held you down's character, but you don't have the gall. You got all this testosterone boost, but you don't have the gall to hold yourself accountable. Your child, the person who you were in charge of, not making the same mistakes that you made the same mistake that you made. But you're out here worried about yourself because you are the new modern woman. Selfish, 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 me.
Right.
Pick up the pieces, and I want to tell all you bitter women who hating on these young women, y'all trying to be in competition with them, you could never. They have youth. They have youth. Y'all over here, now y'all prying on the younger ones in their 20s, then looking for excuses because y'all trying to be in competition with the youth. If you can't find nobody within a 10 to 15 mile range, there's asterisks for the rich ones, we get it. But if you can't find nobody a decade or two within your, hey, it's time for you to hang it up. You just wasn't a good enough person to hang with the hangs.
Yeah, because more than likely what has happened with a majority of these women who are older now, what has happened is that you may have been around somebody who was probably the best thing for you, but you sabotaged it, and that was the last train smoking. And so now what you getting is you getting less phone calls, you getting less attention, and the only thing you can try to go do is go do something that really has no morals and principles.
Come on.
Because now you're really in it for sexual access.
Come on.
And that's all it really boils down to. You want to try to have the whole it's almost friends with benefits almost,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But then you can't get mad if it ends up being something that single people go through.
You know why you guys gotta listen to what these women are saying. And yes, today I'm on it. For this topic, I'm on Remy.
Yeah.
Listen to what women are saying. Oh, Pat just got a new come up. He got a new come up. Okay, so every woman that is with a man, he's the breadwinner, he's the successful one, and she ain't, you ain't nothing but dating somebody with a come up. You're a bum. Because that's what Remy and her crew said. He's with Clarissa. She's successful. Right? So let's take it here. All you modern women who are saying that men want y'all to subject y'all to being a housewife and to cleaning up and to cooking, and why can't you have your own career and be supportive? Remy and her clique is saying a man that does support somebody that's doing well is a bum, and he's looked up as somebody only looking for somebody with a come up. That's why we don't listen to y'all. You don't know what you want, and you cannot make up your mind, and all of y'all are in different groups screaming out different stuff.
Yeah. And when you start doing the smear campaigning, because she smear campaigning them, I'm not going to deny that, and let's not forget, people, for all we know, Papoose, like what he said in this video, he's the one I believe was writing 90% of her music.
Come on, bro.
Because if it was not the case, why ain't she dropped 16 bars on anything recently?
Come on.
He was writing, I believe, allegedly, who cares? I believe that he was writing, if not all of her stuff.
Come on.
I mean, when's the last time? And somebody in the comments, help me.
Help us, please.
When's the last time she was even dropped a project? When's the last time she even dropped a single? When's the last time she was featured? Yes. When is the last time any of that? Riddle me this. Because none of that is, and that's what I'm saying. The only thing I feel like was the downfall of Papoose was what he allowed after being endured. But I don't know what kind of arrangements they kind of had.
Yeah.
I know what he says online. Some of it sounds sketchy and weird to me, but that's only because I could not be, and I did my time. I did 5 years. So I don't know what he allowed and endured. And in marriages, what I've learned, when you're married to somebody, you have to have guidelines, limitations.
Facts.
You have to have these things. You have to have boundaries, man. You have to have communication within these boundaries, and you have to respect that. And if you didn't have that in your situation, Papoose, my brother, that's on you.
Hey, look,
So,
I'm gonna wrap it up with. It's very disgusting to see both ways. The mudslinging publicly. I get it.
facts.
In 2 years, I have my 10-year anniversary. I get it. When it gets vitriol, it gets vitriol. I get it. I really do. But publicly is the worst thing that you could do. The things that y'all are saying is grotesque. But at the end of the day, we thought it was pretty obvious to declare who the problem was.
Yeah.
But like I said, you women are worse than the police union. The police union could unalive somebody, get paid leave, transfer to another division. Y'all are worse than them. Y'all actually, through thick and thin, y'all told me y'all loved Will Smith through and through. Through and through. Then y'all attacked his gender, y'all attacked his preference, and said those things were a reason for her to date their son's best friend. That's when I knew none of you could be trusted. None of you. Because your morals and values lie with who you like.
Diddler, man.
So there are new updates in the Diddler case.
Yeah, you was talking about that earlier.
So shout out to the judge for being a fair judge.
Okay.
So far. So they had Kid Cudi a couple days ago on the stand.
Right.
They cased him. They went through, you know what I'm saying, his involvement with Cass, his involvement with Diddy.
Right.
They talked about the incident with somebody getting into his crib.
Okay.
And before I go further, that's diabolical.
Yeah.
To go into the crib, nothing has been broken. This crazy. Gifts were opened. He went into his crib, no forced entry. Somebody did, allegedly. Opened all his gifts, and then put his dog in his restroom, locked the dog in the restroom.
And was this during Christmas or something?
It was during the holidays, yeah. And of his gifts. So.
Oh no, man.
Yeah.
That's so diabolical because
I love it, bro.
Not only is it a crime that you didn't went in someone's crib like that, but then you was so petty to open up gift and shit like that.
Let me see what she got you.
And then you had enough time.
Facts. You sat there. That's
very diabolical.
So they went through that, and they tried to use the Porsche that Kid Cudi allegedly was schmoned up. It was just arson. It was burned, allegedly.
Okay, cause yeah, I know the story has always been that it was,
Kaboom,
schmown away. Yeah.
Paint a picture like he a villain, he's villain, but like he just some like penguin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got a penguin up in here. So they went throughout the case. He told them they got somebody cut a hole in a Porsche, put a Molotov cocktail in that thing, allegedly. What's interesting about this is there is no male DNA. There's female DNA. That's very interesting. I think that's going to come back up later.
Yeah.
They did successfully get a motion to strike a lot of Kid Cudi's testimony because they're trying to build that he's this syndicate guy that can get all these things done, which, I mean, like blowing up a car would be crazy.
Yeah.
So, since they can't prove that he was the one who did it, then you shouldn't be able to use it because you can't prove it.
Right.
So they got that struck. Now today, interesting things were said. Capricot, or Apricot, I think it's Capricot, Diddy's assistant.
Okay.
First of all, Diddy, that's diabolical, like he said, but $50,000 for your personal assistant. And then when she went to HR, they told her it was supposed to be $80,000. And you tore up the paperwork. Hey, bro, you are on another level. You are on another level. There got to be a docuseries about this guy.
Say the diddler for real.
The diddler, bro. So this is the exact correspondence that was said from the attorney and the assistant. Yeah, so it's Capricorn Clark. That's her name. Capricorn Clark. Okay, I got my readers on. This is from the Inner City Press. Shout out Inner City Press. This is actual court documents. Capricorn Clark, the assistant, says, yes. Because they're asking her about when she was in, I'm painting a picture for you. They're in a hotel. They're in the Grand Hotel, Grand Mark Hotel, whatever. Or the Beverly Hills Hotel, excuse me. They're all in a big double suite, mansion suite. And the people that are there are Diddy's assistants, his security, Cassie, Chef Jourdain, and Laura London. The Laura London, ladies and gentlemen. The Laura London. Now, this is breaking news because this happened today. I'm interested to see how the feminist movement, the anti-men movement, are going to protect her on this one, because who is at a freak off for moral support?
Without participating?
Come on. And this is when she was with Nipsey Hussle. Capricorn Clark, the assistant. Yes, I'm here. Miss London was there. Chef Jourdain was in the other room. He called Cassie over, asked her to walk there, hand me that, go back in the other room. She did it. The AUSA said, what did he say? What did Diddy say? Capricorn said, Diddy said, you witches won't do that. That's why you don't have a man.
Sheesh. Hey, man.
So, apologize. I got ahead of myself. This is before before Laura London officially got with Nip. But remember, Laura London was the one who introduced Nipsey to P. Diddy because she knew P. Diddy for being at the Diddly-offs, by way of best friend with Cassie.
Best friend with Cassie. When you said that earlier, man, off camera, that's what did it for me when it came to bringing this full circle, man. When it comes to, some of these things that are alleged, man. I mean, it just makes sense, man. I mean, and this what I've learned, man, is that a lot of times things that happen between guys, it's because of a female, man.
99.9.
Most of these guys that are locked up in prison is from something happened to the female, man, or something with the female. Now the female is still doing her thing while you locked up, or you in trial, you this, you that. And I mean, I was listening to something earlier. I mean, and we mentioned this before, like, how do we know that why isn't Cassie in the RICO?
She got immunity.
Because
to take down Diddy.
She became the eye and star witness to go after the diddler. Now, I am not a fan of the diddler when it comes to some of these things he's been connected to, alleged with. He just looks like he is a-hole. Paul's no diddler.
Freak nasty.
But yeah, all the way. And my thing is with the diddler is that, hey man, if you didn't when you go and sue a alcohol company,
that big,
and you now
200 different countries,
and I'm guessing you won. This is why they're going after you, because let's be 100, people. Is this really a RICO that he's going to get charged with? I don't really think they have enough. I think this is, now I'm not a fan of his again.
Yeah.
I don't condone
you're just
any.
speaking to the RICO. You just speak to it.
Just to the RICO, because people will. So because of cases like this, and because they've used this parameter for other cases like the Bill Cosby's and stuff like that, they want to see how far it can go in public perception, and the public perception is wrapped around the domestic violence part, and that is something that is not a part of this RICO. What's a part of this RICO is what they're trying to get him for this money. They want to get him for that 400 mil.
So Diddy is definitely a freaky human being. He enjoys things that I would never do.
Yeah, you got some you got baby gravy on your chest, nigga. That's
bro.
nasty, man.
Like asking for it, bro. That's freaky.
How you got your main chick?
Come on.
With an escort dude.
Come on.
A nigga named the Punisher.
The Punisher.
And this nigga said he couldn't even. This nigga said there was so much toxicity going on, he couldn't even punish.
He couldn't even punish, bro. He said so much was going on and he couldn't even concentrate. Hey, look, do you know how crazy your environment got to be when you souped up on Rhino blue pills and different things and you still can't get into it?
Because I'm pretty sure they got him on the finest erectile dysfunctional pills you could take, even if you ain't ED.
Come on.
They got him on the finest.
They're going for 6 to 10 hours.
Right, they giving them shit under the tongue.
All of that.
It's going right in IVs, nigga.
Tablets.
You know, and the liquid, let's not forget the liquid Smollies.
True.
The liquid Smollies. Allegedly.
But also, yes, Diddy, whatever your personal preference is, just your personal preference. You definitely were knocking her upside the head. You definitely, for a schmaltz.
And we don't condone that shit.
We don't. You definitely need to be held accountable for that. You definitely need to be held accountable for being involved with opening presents, locking up dogs, and burning Porsches. You definitely need to be held accountable for that. But as far as the schmeek-offs and the you being some crime boss, like, hey, look, I'm never gonna say that. I'm never gonna put that on you, dog. We've been knowing you was free. We've been knowing you definitely could be intimidating because you have a position of power.
Yeah.
But you ain't running around here like John Gotti or Frank Lucas or Ricky Rose. Like you're not that guy, bro. Yeah. You're not that guy.
You see what
trash.
You see what old boy Chopper from Making the Band said. He said that because he was asked what kind of Diddler has been you just been like the persona of a gangster.
Yeah.
He said that nigga was a gorgeous gangster.
Right.
He said nigga was a gorgeous gangster.
Man.
And apparently that's dangerous. That's dangerous. That is very dangerous. I mean you can look it up on YouTube when they did the interview with Jada Kiss and who was it?
Fabulous.
Jada Fabulous.
You gonna party with me? Why you gonna party with me, Daddy?
Them niggas look so uncomfortable.
I did party with you.
Like,
nah, but party with me. Hey,
I mean, even when Meek Mill was in the pool, and Meek Mill clearly had that look on his face, like that Negro had no sleep for 2-3 days, and he been doing all kinds of shit that he probably was reflecting on.
I do
and
not.
Diddy looked at that nigga right in the face and called that nigga Daddy. Hey, Daddy, you good? Daddy, you look good, Daddy. That nigga Meek was like, what'd I get my booty hole into? Pause. Allegedly.
I can't bring up Meek Mill name because I heard that audio and it's haunting, bro.
Was that supposed? So that was real audio?
Was real audio with the Diddler and Meek, bro. That was real audio. Oh, make it clap. Oh, it was tough to bear. Bro.
Yeah, see that's that and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna
remove myself from the chatting.
What the Diddler has ultimately done though, which has already really been in the industry and really in the Roman Greco behavior.
Absolutely, spirit hooking.
Is that he's been someone who's been a catalyst to be into these like the Empire TV shows and the P-Valleys, where they have these whole storylines of regular, natural, quote unquote, natural looking kind of situations, and then all of a sudden it switched to a situation of a character who's supposed to be very masculine.
Facts.
And this nigga is pound towning, you know what I'm saying? Backdooring, man. Like that's crazy, nasty work, man.
That's nasty work.
God damn it, Diddler. I mean, I don't know. I just hope that we learn from this and
really whole hating. That's how y'all be.
You know, and we got to understand the mind frame of a Diddler and let it be known that this is the type of behavior that equivalates within the industry of it. And it's really bigger than the Diddler because I mean, come on.
He learned it from somewhere.
Yeah, think of who he either got this from, learned it from, or who he had on video.
Facts.
It may be some things.
He's got everybody on video.
Yeah, he got everybody.
The court showed from the bodyguards who did their testimony that he was frequently in the spy place, like the spy gear place. They had cameras in the light bulbs, light switches, microwave, everything, bro. I mean, I cannot excuse his behavior, but his behavior ties into his preference. I don't go there. I will say any man putting their hands on a woman ain't a man.
Nah.
Any man forcing a woman to do certain things ain't a man.
Nah.
But let's also be honest. Cassie ain't on trial. Yeah, she ain't. But she definitely got immunity. She definitely set up freak-offs. Allegedly, she admitted to all of this stuff already, bro. So, like, you had plenty. You got into a situation where you wanted an opportunity. You saw the access to this man could present you with an opportunity, and you got played. It's a part of the game.
Yeah.
And in doing so, now you and your husband playing them back for bread. Because you can't tell me that we ain't finna find out that your husband Alex was at these freak-offs as well.
That's what I'm saying, man. I mean,
personal trainer. How you get so close to her if he was so protective? How the personal trainer get so close to her?
From I remember hearing that the personal trainer thing was kind of something that the diddler set up for her to have.
Come on, dog.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean,
ain't no way you run away with the help if he really that guy that y'all claiming him to be. He let you run away with the help?
Anybody online, riddle me this. When it comes to the diddler this. If it boils down to, if we just want to just talk about Cassie, where does the accountability come in from Ryan Leslie?
Ooh,
she was with Ryan Leslie from the jump.
We talked about
went to the diddler party, and then she without Ryan there, and then that's how he. Where was she? She was with who she's with now, doing something with the diddler then. When she's on the text message, she said she loved having the freak off.
Come on. She was with Alex. She with her dude now, FaceTime. He FaceTimed her while she was getting ran in by the dealer.
That's what
hey, look, she's an opportunist. She went from opportunity to opportunity until she got her opportunity. Until 20 years passed by, she's knocking on 40. She can't get a child by the person who she really did all this stuff with. And she was burned by it. She was scorned by it.
Yeah. She wanted to try to backtrack, retract, go back to the future, and
retract. Never got an answer.
And go get that bag that she knows she can go get because of the Bill Cosby's, because of the R. Kelly's, because of all these ways they've been emasculating and getting these black millionaires and figures jammed up into whatever kind of decadent behavior they might have been affiliated with, but not necessarily what they got them.
She got
locked
30
up
mil,
for.
a book probably on the way, the tell-all book on the way, and she finna do the Lifetime Cassie or Survivor. They finna run that through the mud, bro. You money. But let's get to the next one.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter.
Oh my God.
Got married. Sealed the deal, and it looks like she has a baby bump. She has a baby on the way.
Oh man.
What are your takes on this?
Well, where do you begin, man? So, you know, I know. Well, from what I've been hearing, is that his father had got recently released from prison.
Big facts.
When he is in the journey of getting drafted. So there's been time where he's been gone because, I mean, come on, man. Travis Hunter's mother, man. How do you not have him around a kind of energy where you know he's very special, you know he's very talented, probably since the 5th grade. you should have been protecting him a lot more. Now, I get it. This might be the best, finest piece of a JJ he has ever touched in his eyes.
It's what happens when the nerds get money.
Because I'm going to tell you, when he was doing the whole gift thing with the car with her, and then they was dancing afterwards, this nigga was looking, the gum to cheek teeth ratio is crazy. This nigga looks, it's like some CGI, he just super giddy. But then it's like, you took your girl to college functions, let her go inside and party and drink while you sat outside in the car.
Come on, man.
This right here are red flag behaviors.
Come on, man.
That need to be addressed, man. And then it's video of her saying she really didn't even like him in the beginning.
This boy was dancing like Danny DeVito and twins were Arnold Schwarzenegger, bro. He was dancing like Danny DeVito in a restaurant, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, bro. This boy had no rhythm, no soul, and it was hard to console.
It was sad, man.
I have no idea how he got this far. I already did a take on how she don't really like you. She here for this. She got all these videos with all these other dudes too, bro, around the same time she was dating you.
Right.
Hey, this your woman, you love her. If you don't have a prenup, we just gotta chalk this up. Hey, the racial draft coming up soon. And we definitely trade you. Like, you gonna be the first round pick out of here. We're gonna trade you for a buddy that was in Streamer University. I rock with him.
Kai Cenat.
No, not Kai. Kai Black. We're gonna trade you
for the white Drewski.
For the white Drewski. We the black delegation. We love to trade Travis Hunter for white Drewski. We feel that there's no negotiation needed. We feel it's a fair trade.
Oh, shit.
Actually, I take that back. We, the black delegation, would like to offer up Candace Owens and Travis Hunter if you give us Travis Kelce.
The real white Drewski.
The real right there. We want Travis Kelce, and we'll even let you keep Taylor Swift. You keep her.
Let me ask you this.
Let's go.
Well, now, what leading for me? Would it have been still something that would have been saved if he would have got the prenup? I say yes.
If he got a prenup, we wouldn't be so hard on him.
No, we would not, because that would, I'm gonna say, as a representative of the black culture, that would be something that we could somewhat accept the other goofy behavior if you say, well, at least he got a prenup, so whatever happens after, because the behavior leading up to this situation with him is just so sketchy.
Yeah, bro, she ducked you. You weren't even her type.
Yes, you, man. And it's like
until you start getting green.
Yeah, and it's like you could at least got yourself that prenup, because my niecey, when you get anywhere close to that $100-200 million contract, and you may be the first nigga that they ever offer a $200 million contract.
It's over for him, bro.
It's over.
She won, so she finna start acting different now. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Especially with kids, especially if she get ready to pump out 3-4 kids, and you get ready to produce some more little athletic little nigglets, and it's like, hey man, she is going to be a problem, possibly, bro. Respectfully.
Shout out Jaden Daniels' mama. Everybody trying to disrespect Jaden Daniels' mama because she popping up, won't let you talk to Juju Watkins and stuff, and she quarterback for Washington. Hey, shout out to his mama. Hey, mama, that's mommy. That's how you get it done, mommy.
Yeah, I mean,
you protect the bag at all costs. I'd rather lose the bag, a little bit of bag to my mama, than any of these smos with drama. Come on, bro.
And let's be 100 now. When Jaden Daniels' mama intervened with that little, with old Juju, what happened with Juju? What happened to Juju? She messed her knee up. So maybe the mama knew.
Oh, that's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? The mama knew she wasn't good to, And I'm not saying that,
Mama knows.
Mama knows. Hey. But
take us home, big dog.
So, I like to say, man, that it's very difficult and very hard out here when you face adversity.
Okay.
And when everything seems like it's on your shoulders, that you have to be able to stay locked in and an extreme focus to carry out all your goals. And what I like to say tonight, man, is that we've been going hard on some of you women, and it's vilified. What I would like to say is that, I hope that all you women get your shit together.
Get it together.
Because we always gotta have our shit together. And when you all don't have your shit together, your doo-doo stinks.
And that's been another episode of No Teleprompter. We at